All right, Shalom, Shalom. Kahalayim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Much peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect that's pushing his word and truth and sincerity of heart. Shalom. This your brother Batak back again through the spirit with another lesson. A Lord willing, this lesson be edifying. This is going to be my weekly. It's going to be a chip video for the week. Just title of this lesson is going to be Beware of the Chip. Beware of the chip. Because it will be made mandatory soon. This is what Esau wants. He wants a cashless society. They already passed the stable coin, and they're looking to move towards the digital dollar. So everything is going according to what the Bible says was going to happen. I went on ChatGPT and I typed in the dangers of RFID technology, and it has cause for concerns. So it says privacy invasion. It says stalk scanning. RFID tags can be read without your knowledge if someone with a scanner is nearby. Location tracking. If RFID tags remain active, they can be used to track your movements, shopping habits, and even location in real time. Data thief and identity risks. It says skimming. Criminals can use RFID readers to steal personal information, i.e., IG, from RFID-enabled credit cards or passports without physical contact. Cloning. Some RFID tags, especially in access cards, can be duplicated, giving unauthorized access to certain secure areas. Let's see, hold on. I'm going to skip over some of these. Health and ethnic concerns. This is human implants RFID chips implanted under the skin raise ethical and religious and privacy concerns. Some people associate them with the mark of the beast, prophecy interpretations, which is true. That's what we believe the mark of the beast is, the chip. It says potential health effects. I'm going to skip that. Surveillance and social control. Mass surveillance potential. RFID could be used by governments or corporations to monitor behavior, purchases, and movements, raising fears of a surveillance state or even digital enslavement. And that's exactly what it is. That's what it's going to be. Digital enslavement. I'm going to type that in and see what that's, just get a little bit on that. Floor willing, I remember. It says, they're also trying to make you have wearable IDs, digital IDs, and things of that nature. This is RFID microchips. Radio frequency identification microchips are small devices, some say the size of a grain of rice, that uses radio waves to send and receive data. They're embedded in products, ID cards, animals, and even people. While they offer convenience, they raise major concerns related to privacy control and even prophecy in some circles, because that's what it is. What RFID microchips are. It says components. Microchip stores data, an antenna sends signal, and sometimes a power source. Implantable chips. It says implantable chips can be inserted under the skin. That's what it's talking about in the book of Revelations. Charagma, a pale, Charax, pale or a steak. Charagma, something that's flesh that has to do with your body, or cut into your flesh. It says can be inserted, something that's physical, can be inserted under the skin, typically in the hand, or store data like ID, medical records, and digital keys. See? Common use of RFID microchips, pets and livestock for tracking and identification. Humans used for access control, open doors, start cars, digital payments, medical records access. And it's also going to be used for tracking and identification, just like they do the livestock and pets. Your ID is going to be on it, all of your information. You're going to be tracked everywhere you go. Everything that you do is going to be monitored by by the controllers of the system. Supply chains, this is to track products, passports, credit cards, and toll passes. All of these are examples of things that have RFID microchip technology. All right, it says loss, the dangers of RFID microchips. It says loss of privacy. Chips can be scanned without your consent. Your movement, habits, and identity can be tracked. Once implanted, they are harder to remove without medical help. See, some people think you can't just eat the chip and think it's going to easily get it out. It's going to be hard to remove. It says security risk. Hackers can skim or clone. I just read that. Malicious devices can still store data wirelessly. Could be used in cyber attacks if connected to networks. Government and corporate control. Chips could be tied to digital ID, which is what's happening, health records, and financial systems. In extreme scenarios, people fear they could be used in totalitarian control systems, i.e. denied access to services if not compliant. And that's exactly what is going to happen. So if you take the chip, you literally giving Esau all of that control over you. Religious and prophetic concerns. Many people associate RFID implants with the mark of the beast in the Bible. He causeth all to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, or no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. This prophecy is linked to cashless societies and in digital control. Exactly. That's exactly what's coming, leading some to believe RFID microchips could be a modern day fulfillment. And that's true. Health concerns. Implantations involve risk of infection. Some studies suggest a risk of tumor formation in lab animals. Long-term effects in humans are not fully studied. Yeah, they're fully studied. The same thing they're doing to humans is going to do to dogs, because it's ultimately going to cause a certain type of cancer. And it's that has been studied. Apostle Tuhar did a video about it a couple of weeks ago. How to stay safe. It says avoiding implants unless medically blah 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 used. Anyways, hold on. I'm gonna just stay informed of laws and digital ID incentives in your country. What is that word I was gonna look up? What was it? Where is it? Bear with me. Digital enslavement. There we go. So I wanted to know what digital enslavement means. This is digital enslavement refers to a condition where individuals or entire societies become dependent on or controlled by digital technologies, especially when those technologies are tied to surveillance, behavioral control, or restricted access to basic needs. It's not literal slavery, but a form of systemic it's systemic control using digital systems that limit freedom, privacy, and autonomy. What digital enslavement looks like. Surveillance everywhere. Governments and corporations track your location, conversations, habits, purchases, and more. Technologies like facial recognition, smart cameras, and mobile tracking make it hard to live anonymously. Loss of privacy. You constantly being monitored by apps, devices, social media, and smart technology, which a lot of that's already happening now. Your phone is tracking everything that you do. All they finna do is put everything in your body, and your phone is being tracked and monitored. Everything that you search, everything that you look at is being recorded. It says your personal data becomes a commodity sold, shared, and used to influence you. Dependence on digital ID. Access to jobs, travel, healthcare, or money could be tied to a digital identity, and that's exactly what Esau is going to do. Everything is going digital in order for Esau to gain more control over you. If your profile is flagged, you could be locked out of society, similar to a digital prison. That's why everything is going cashless. So when So when you get locked out of the system, you can't do anything about it. Cashless society control currency. If cash disappears and governments control digital currencies like CBDCs, they can track every transaction, freeze or restrict your money, punish or reward behavior through your wallet. See? Total control. Social credit systems. Your behavior online and offline could be scored. Low scores can block access to jobs, housing, or travel, creating a digital case system. Biblical prophetic concerns. Many compare digital enslavement to the mark of the beast prophecy. No man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. Some believe RFID implants, biometric ID systems, or centralized digital currencies could fulfill this prophecy, especially if they are required to participate in the economy or prove loyalty to the authority. Real world examples. China's social credit score system. Citizens are rewarded or punished based on behavior. Digital ID incentive. I'm sorry. Incentive. Yeah, is in initiatives. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm probably butchering that word. It says programs like India's Aadhaar are proposed digital wallets in Europe/USA. CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, give governments deep control over money flow. Workplace surveillance. AI monitors employee productivity, eye movement, even bathroom breaks. How to resist digital enslavement. Um, it's not important. Ultimately, it ain't gonna be no way around the system. Would you like for me to see a timeline of how societies are moving toward digital control? How digital enslavement relates to yes. Let's see what it says. Here's a timeline of breakdown showing how society is moving toward digital control and potential digital enslavement, along with how it connects to AI, transhumanism, and biblical prophecy, especially the mark of beast in Revelation 13. Timeline of digital enslavement systems. 2000, digital foundation. Rise of smartphones, surveillance cameras, GPS. Governments and tech companies began collecting massive amounts of user data. Birth of big data. RFID chips used for inventory, ID badges, animal tracking. 2010s, total connectivity. Social media platforms track and shape behavior. AI algorithms begin to predict and influence humans' decisions. Cashless payments become popular. Apple Pay, Venmo, etc. Biometric ID, fingerprints. They had that on an iPhone back in the days. You had to scan fingerprints, but now they have a facial recognition. You can open your phone with your face. Facial scans, like introduced in phones, airports, and workplaces. India launches Aadhaar, the world's largest biometric digital ID program. 2023, the COVID acceleration. Digital health passports required in some countries. Remote work surveillance increases. Governments discuss central bank digital currencies. Vaccine status tied to access in some places, restaurants, travel, employment. People grow comfortable with QR codes, contact tracking, and digital check-ins. 2025, immigration and integration era to present time. Nations pilot or launch CBDCs, China, EU, Nigeria. Digital ID tied to banking, voting, healthcare. Rise of AI governance. AI helps screen jobs, applicants detect threats, and recommend policy. Human RFID chip, NFC chip implants marketed for convenience, open doors, making payments. Growing push for one digital wallet or universal digital identity. So I'm going to jump down to transhumanism part. It says brain-computer interfaces like Neuralink promise faster thinking, but risk lose of autonomy. AI could influence decisions, or even enforce laws. Humans become digitally modified beings, data tracked 24/7. It says biblical prophecy connection. He causes all to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. Mark could be interpreted as an implanted chip, a digital ID, um, biometric access, CBDC linked digital wallet, forehead hand, symbolic of thought and action. No, it's actually going to be forehead, something that's going to go inside of you. Many fear digital ID, CBDC surveillance beast system accelerate acceptance of the mark, allegiance to an ungodly system. So this man, ChatGPT, basically did the lesson himself, man. He laid it all out. ChatGPT laid it all out, man. This is exactly what the world is going to. So the evidence is overwhelming that this is coming to pass, man. This prophecy. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. That means everybody, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath the understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of your men, and his number is 606. So Esau is going to cause everyone on the face of the earth to take their chip. Those that don't, that refuse it, which are the elect, they're going to be beheaded for not taking the chip, man. When you go to the Greek, the Hebrew word for mark, which we go into all the time, you should know about now. For those that are new, it's charagma. Charagma, which means a stamp, an imprinted mark. This is the mark branded upon horses, which shows you that it's something that goes on of flesh. You know, it says a thing carved. See, thing carved, graven work, sculpture. It says a scratch or itching, a stamp as a badge of servitude, or a sculptured figure, to graven, to mark, to carve. If you carve something, you have to, basically dig into it, if you will. You shaping it. To grave something, that's what you do. You engrave something. That means you write it in something, like you see on tombstones. They're engraved. And you go back to the Karax, which is a Pelor stake, which represents the delivery system. It's called what is used to put the chip, RFID chip, in someone's hand. I forgot what it's called, but chat probably gonna tell me. All right, to implant a RFID chip in someone's hand, a small medical grade syringe or injector device is typically used. The process is similar to getting a vaccine or microdermic piercing. Tools used for RFID implantation: RFID implant syringe injector kit, preloaded with the RFID chip, sterile single-use medical grade needle inserted just under the skin, usually between the thumb and index finger, the webbing area of the hand. The chip is about the size of a grain of rice. Sterilization equipment, alcohol wipe, blah blah blah. You get the point. So Karax is talking about a pill or a stake, which is talking about which pills or stakes are used to basically make fences, if you will. They have to put the stake into the ground in order to connect the fence and stuff like that. It's just through the idea of itch scratching to the palisade, or is it? I'm talking. Yeah. Go to the root word is grapho, which is what? Let's see. All right, it says to write to one by writing in a written epistle, to give information direct. What's it? Hold on. To write with reference to form of letters. To write with reference to form of content of writing. Here it is. Record. To commit to writing things not to be forgotten, written down record. So that's what it's gonna have on. It's gonna have all your records. All of your information and stuff. Which is talk about all these is the things that's gonna be on the actual chip. Your records. your information, identity, all of those things of that nature, your medical records and passport, all of these things are going to be on the chip. So that's what Graphos talk about records, the things that's going to be on the chips. So it's talking about the RFID microchip, man. We believe that for sure. And we go to the Greek for 666 is chi psi stigma, which you look up the word stigma, it means to stick, to prick, you know a mark, insist, or punched for recognition of ownership, which is what, to insist something. That means you cut. What it's going to do is cut into your flesh. This just to show you that it's something that's physical. People say it's spiritual. No, it's physical. To stick into what? Your flesh, in your right hand or in your forehead. Forehead is known as what? Neuralink. So as ChatGPT told you. So man, just beware of the chip, man. Just another chip video for the week. For those that don't know, the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. It will be made mandatory soon under the penalties of death. And the Lord of the Bible, the God of the Bible, whose true name is Yahweh, and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai, commanded us not to take it, or we will die from the nuclear destruction. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson will edify. I'm going to close out by giving all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Shalom.